Hey y'all, happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. This is a random live that I'm doing, so it's not planned or anything. I just wanted to come on to just to talk to y'all about the DIY society, okay? When it comes to doing things on your own, whether that's for your business, just anything, when it comes to doing stuff on your own, right? In particular, when it comes to doing your own bookkeeping, okay? So I'm gonna give y'all a client case right now just to kind of give you a perspective, okay? So when you do your own bookkeeping, especially like if you learn how to do it from me, you are still responsible for checking in with yourself monthly, okay? Checking in with yourself monthly to make sure that you are doing everything that either I taught you, or that you, if you know how to do your own bookkeeping on your own, checking in monthly, okay? So what happens is, if you don't check in with yourself monthly to see, where you could be tax-wise, because if you are not investing in services for someone to help you and guide you through that every month, then you are left to figure that out on your own, okay? You're left to figure out about paying yourself on your own. You're left to figure out how to, as far as the paying estimated tax payments, you are responsible for that. So I just met with one of my clients. I gave her a free appointment so that I wanted to just to check in to make sure that everything was going well with her, learning how to do her own bookkeeping and everything. And she definitely loves it and can see how she actually mentioned how she thought she was making more money in her business, but after doing her own bookkeeping, now she actually sees that, she's actually not making what she thought. And that's one of the things that I really love about bookkeeping when you have a software, because just looking at what's coming into your bank account and actually seeing the actual picture of your company are two different things, okay? So bookkeeping lets you see the whole picture of your company. It lets you know if you're really in the green or if you're in the red, okay? So that's what I love. So I was just looking at her fourth quarter so far, and she has a lot of profit, which is great. A whole lot of profit is great, right? But on the downside, she doesn't have that many expenses, okay? And, having less expenses is not a bad thing, but when you look at the tax liability that comes with that, and then when you look at not actually putting back money, for taxes, that causes stress, because now you're responsible for, because the fourth quarter is 4 months, September, October, November, December. And so now you're stuck with figuring out for 4 months what your tax bill could possibly be that you need to pay for January. And that's a lot of money. So that's why it's important to check in with yourself monthly. Look at the profit and loss statement monthly to say, okay, for September, this is what I should put back. For October, this is what I should put back. For November, this is what I need to put back. And same thing with December. Don't look at the whole 4 months and then be like, oh crap, for 4 months, I gotta put this amount back. That's a lot harder than just doing it monthly. So let's just say, for example, I'm just throwing this out there. Let's say for, this fourth quarter, your tax liability for the net profit, it may be $5,000, but $5,000 sounds like a whole lot of money to just pay up front. But if you would have looked at the numbers on a monthly basis, if you would have looked at September and saw that, okay, I just need to put $1,000 back out of this, profit I had October, the same thing, then once it's time to pay the bill in January, you already had the money to do it, versus trying to scramble, trying to get that money together. So I was I told her, I said, what's the other business you said you had? Because she has another business that she says she's been claiming a loss on for 2 years. And I told her, well, you only have 1 more year, because she was telling her that the people who she worked with was telling her about possibly not claiming as many expenses. And I told her, well, when we do your taxes, coming up, you're gonna, put everything together so I can get the whole picture, and I'll make that determination. But I was like, your homework is basically, since she already knows how to do her own bookkeeping, that's one of the plus sides, that once you know how to do it for one business, you can do it for another. So I told her, I said, look, go here, create another account under your current software, and go ahead and start doing your bookkeeping for the other business, so you don't have to worry about it, because she has it's not organized. You know, she just have expenses everywhere. It's commingled funds. It's a whole mess. I said, your homework is to go ahead and get that business, you know, cleaned up. And, you know, hopefully if you can do it before the end of the year so we can see what tax strategies we have left to do. Otherwise, if it's in January when we meet again, then, you know, there's not a whole lot. I mean, there is a strategy that I already told her that we're probably going to do, but if there's some other things that we can do before the end of the year, then we're going to work on that. But yeah, so that's one of the things when it comes to doing your own bookkeeping, keeping up with your own business finances. If you're not going to invest in someone to help you monthly, then guess what? You have to be the person who's checking in monthly, okay? And the taxes, that number, that liability goes up real fast. So yeah, I told her, I was like, look, we gotta do a lot of tax stuff. We gotta get, like I'm not letting her pay this like huge, like, no, we're not doing that. So yeah, so that's her homework, is to get her other business cleaned up. I'm not even, just full disclosure, I wasn't even going to like charge, I'm not even charging her to even do this, for her to review the other business and all of that, to get her together, because I can see her finances, so I know what can be paid or not, but still, so, but it's not what it's about. Like, I really want to help her make sure that she doesn't have no, huge tax bill, because we're not doing that. So, but moving forward, like I said, moving forward, and when she came to me late at the end of the year, a couple months ago, so she was already behind because she hadn't done anything. So we're doing catch up. But when it comes, like I said, when it comes to doing your own bookkeeping, make sure that you're checking in monthly, okay? At least monthly. You should do it, every week. Make sure everything's cleaned up, especially, depending on what kind of transactions you have. But on a monthly basis, you definitely want to check in to see, is it appropriate to pay myself this amount this month? How much should I put back? How much should I put back for taxes so that you're not behind, okay? That's the big thing. Definitely put back those taxes monthly, okay? When you do that, you don't have to worry about trying to come up with the money later. All right, so that's really important. Think of it as if you were working a W-2 job. This is what I tell people all the time. When you're working a W-2 job, you don't see that money anyway. You don't see the tax money come to you, and then you have to go pay it to the IRS. It's already out of sight, out of mind. It's taken out of your paycheck. So before it's actually taken out of your paycheck before you even pay yourself. A lot of people say pay yourself first and then all the expenses. Well, when you work for a W-2 job, they don't pay you first and then go pay the IRS. They pay the IRS first, and then they give you the money. So you want to look at that too. So you want to look at, after your expenses, against your income, what should you pay to the IRS? And then you can decide, okay, it's appropriate for me to pay myself this amount, okay? So that's all I had to say today. Just really informal. I just finished this appointment and just want to come on and talk to y'all, just to let y'all know that just because you do your own bookkeeping, that does not, get you out of the clear unless you are actually doing what you're supposed to do every month. So don't wait to the last minute. To December is the last minute. So don't wait to the last minute to try to check in regarding what you've been doing. Do it, sooner than that. But not only that, but if you want to invest in someone helping you monthly, just to get, do a check-in, then do that too, because you don't want to get stuck with that big tax bill, okay? You don't want to, and I don't want you to either. So if you're someone who's interested in bookkeeping services, you want someone to check in with you monthly or quarterly, or just to kind of see where you are, definitely schedule a consult with me. I'll link it, I think I just showed it. I'll link my comment. In the comments, I'll link my calendar link so that you can use that to schedule an appointment with me. And I will see y'all in the next live.